Welcome to episode 6 of our series, Decoding Faces, Empowering Teams. In this episode, we go deeper into one of the most powerful leadership skills of the modern era, adaptive communication. In a world where every person brings a different personality preference and pace, the leaders who thrive are not those who speak the loudest, but those who listen with precision and adjust their approach to suit the person in front of them. Facial profiling allows you to do just that. Most leaders unknowingly lead others the way they prefer to be led themselves. This creates friction. Fast thinker becomes impatient with a slow processor. A results-driven doer overwhelms a relationship-focused empath. Visionary fails to give structure to the detail-oriented teammate. The gap widens and productivity suffers. But imagine if you could look at someone's face and immediately understand how to best communicate with them. That is what we explore today. Let's begin with the concept of mirroring, but not in the surface-level way most people talk about. We are not just talking about body language mimicry. We are talking about mirroring someone's mental framework, which is often visibly etched in their face. When you see someone with a broad forehead, for example, you are likely talking to a deep thinker. They need time to analyze, space to reflect, and facts to feel secure. To lead them well, slow down. Offer data. Give them room to come to their own conclusions. Now contrast this with someone who has a smaller, slanted forehead. This is the hallmark of someone who thinks fast, acts quickly, and often makes gut-based decisions. They value efficiency and speed. Long-winded meetings or excessive explanations frustrate them. If you want to lead them well, get to the point. Show them the path, not every stone on it. Let them run, and they will reward you with action. Another important area is the eyebrows. People with straight horizontal eyebrows are usually very analytical. They want logic, frameworks, proof. Emotional appeals don't move them unless there is substance. With them, structure your communication logically. Be prepared with evidence. Avoid fluff. On the other hand, people with naturally arched or curved eyebrows are emotionally attuned. They connect through feelings, stories, and shared values. Lead them with heart, not just head. Make them feel like part of something bigger. You also need to observe the spacing of the eyes. Close-set eyes often reflect a person who is task-focused, process-driven, and meticulous. They do not like surprises. They prefer plans. They dislike ambiguity. When leading them, be structured, predictable, and consistent. Set clear expectations and timelines. In contrast, wide-set eyes indicate a personality that thrives in dynamic, unstructured environments. They value freedom, adaptability, and creativity. When leading them, give room to experiment. Allow exploration. Do not box them in. Now let's talk about nose and chin. A prominent, defined nose often correlates with drive, ambition, and leadership energy. These individuals like responsibility. They thrive under pressure. They often push themselves hard and expect the same from others. To lead them, show trust. Give big goals. Let them lead. Do not micromanage. On the other hand, people with smaller or upturned noses may lean toward diplomacy and relationship building. They may avoid direct confrontation and prioritize harmony. Lead them with gentle clarity. Avoid putting them in high-conflict scenarios without support. A strong jawline is often a sign of decisiveness and mental stamina. People with this feature tend to value control, autonomy, and results. They do not want to be questioned unnecessarily. They may challenge authority, but respect strength. To lead them well, be firm, but respectful. Recognize their strength. Offer collaboration, not control. Softer jawline may indicate someone who values group cohesion, feedback, and emotional balance. They can be brilliant in team settings, but may not assert themselves unless invited. Lead them by creating inclusive environments where every voice matters. Lips also speak. Full lips often indicate expressiveness, openness, and a need to be heard. These individuals often thrive in roles involving interaction, storytelling, or negotiation. When leading them, create space for expression. Ask their opinion. It will bring creativity and emotion. Thin lips may suggest a reserved communicator who prefers to get straight to the point. They may not speak often, but when they do, it matters. Respect their silence. Don't force over-communication. Instead, ask clear questions and give them space to answer. One of the most underestimated yet impactful areas of facial profiling is the cheekbones. High prominent cheekbones are often seen in people with strong inner drive and independence. These individuals like to prove themselves. They may be ambitious but introverted. Lead them by giving individual challenges and acknowledging their achievements privately. People with softer cheekbones may enjoy collaboration and may need a bit more encouragement or reassurance. Their energy is relational, and they thrive in communities. Lead them by building team spirit and recognizing group wins. You must also understand the emotional layer hidden in facial expressions. Downturned eyes or a naturally serious expression may give the false impression of sadness or disconnection. But often, these individuals are simply thoughtful or shy. Don't misread silence as resistance. On the flip side, someone with naturally raised features or smile lines may come across as warm and enthusiastic. Use that energy wisely. Let them uplift the team and lead initiatives where optimism is required. Let's apply this in a real-world leadership setting. Imagine you're managing a diverse team. One member is a big-picture thinker, expressive, with a soft jawline and curved brows. Another is a no-nonsense, results-oriented doer with a strong jaw, close-set eyes, and straight eyebrows. Leading both the same way would be a disaster. The first person needs vision, collaboration, and emotional feedback. The second person needs clarity, structure, and autonomy. When you adapt your leadership based on what their faces reveal, you lead with precision, you lead with respect, you lead with impact. In practice, this means crafting your messages differently. It means choosing whether to start with logic or emotion, whether to ask questions or give direction, whether to focus on team wins or individual recognition. It also means recognizing who needs support and who needs space, who thrives under pressure and who crumbles without encouragement. And all of this insight is visible if only you learn to see it. Great leaders are not just great speakers, they're great observers. They adjust tone, pace, and energy based on the subtle cues they see in the people around them. They lead not from ego but from insight, not from habit, but from awareness. And facial profiling is one of the most accurate, respectful, and science-backed ways to gain that awareness. As we close today's episode, I invite you to pause and reflect. Think about your team, your clients, your peers. Whose personality type have you misunderstood because you were using the wrong communication lens? Who might flourish if you led them the way they prefer to be led, rather than the way you prefer to lead? Start practicing. Look at faces. Notice the details. Make mental notes. And test your adaptability. In our next episode, we'll explore how facial profiling transforms hiring, interviews, and talent selection. We'll show you how to identify not just skill, but fit and how to make recruitment smarter, faster, and more human. Till then, keep decoding faces and keep empowering your leadership.